John Nash, right? More famously after this beautiful movie. Anything that you remember about this gentleman, apart from winning the Nobel Prize? What was that? Schizophrenia. Now, scientists and researchers have been puzzled for plenty of years by this very interesting finding that there is a lot of commonality between people who suffer with schizophrenia, such as him, and the people who are extremely creative. Creative not only in the space of science or art, but in almost all spaces. And the way these findings happen is by something called electroencephalograph, EEG, and fMRI, magnetic resonant imaging. And it was a puzzling thought. And somewhere in the last decade, a very interesting scientific paper came out that said that the commonality between the people who suffer with schizophrenia and other mental disorders and people who are extremely creative is only one. And the commonality is called latent inhibition. What I mean by latent inhibition is that these people don't have inhibitions, or their inhibitions are very, very low. And I'll give you an example of what I mean when I say latent inhibitions. For example, the inhibitions of information coming in from outside. The people who are very, very creative don't filter the information which is coming out to them. They don't judge people, hey, this is a person who can give me a job, or this is a person whom I can work with. No. They allow all sorts of information to come down. Have you ever thought of it, that the famous of the mathematicians were also famous of the philosophers? The greatest of the mathematicians were also great artists, like Einstein played violin fluently. So the point I'm trying to make here is that the first test of creativity is latent inhibition, wherein they allow divergence of information to seep into them. And second test is, same thing happens other way also, that whatever they think, they do. Whatever they're trying to experiment with, they experiment.